next to Mr. Farzad FALLAH, to represent the Kurdish. Over to you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will attempt to draw an outline on the open question with respect to the right to self-determination of the Kurdish people, a distinct population situated in West Asia and roughly divided between 4 states of Iran, Iraq, Turkey and Syria, with minor presence in other places throughout the region. The issue of autonomous governance by the Kurdish people in their geographical home of centuries dates to antiquity. But first, a few words on the right itself is due. The right of a people to self-determination, as it was noted earlier, is a cardinal principle in modern international law, vastly regarded as a jus cogens rule, binding as such on all states as an authoritative interpretation of the UN Charter's norms, and noted also, among other things, under the 2625 General Assembly Resolution of 1970. As such, the principle was incorporated into international law in the 20th century, but the idea itself, and even a parody of self-determination by which some peoples evidently decided to lose their capacity to decide, was already present long before. But as is suggested, the first pillar for the entitlement to this right is the existence of a people as a legal concept. There is indeed an abundance of tests and definitions propagated signifying what a people is. I propose that the final report and recommendations of the 1989 UNESCO International Meeting of Experts on Further Test. An objective element, for instance, the group possesses external differences from other groups, either by language, religion, cultural expressions, common history and the like, and the subjective element, where the individuals within the group perceive collectively themselves as distinct people. Based on the foregoing, I believe that the Kurds are indeed a people and as such hold the right to self-determination. Kurds are a group in the Middle East. They have historically inhabited the mountainous areas to the south of Lake Van and Lake Urmia, a geographical area collectively referred to as Kurdistan. Most Kurds speak Northern Kurdish or Kurmanji or Sorani, which both belong to the Kurdish languages. They possess the key components of a common cultural and historical identity, emphasized by their distinct language, notable cultural homogeneity, ethnical identity, and sizable population with close links to their geographical home, which they have inhabited for millennia. On the subjective criterion for peoplehood, Kurds indeed identify themselves, I claim, as a people and have historically constructed their particular political institutions and structures attached to such an endeavor. My occupation today, however, is not to propose a roadmap or a grand narrative for whatever political arrangements necessary for the realization of the right to self-determination for Kurds, be it a new state, a federal structure, autonomous or semi-autonomous governance, and so on. After all, that is a political question with major legal and social implications, which concerns fundamental considerations and analysis forming a democratic debate, hopefully, and a political struggle, and it cannot be covered in a mere 5 minutes. What I would hope for, however, is a first step towards sober dialogue and dedicated attention to the particularities that the Kurds inherit and face today when it comes to their realization of the right to self-determination and other rights under international law. If we are to solve the Kurdish question, we need a spirit of trust, honest cooperation, and strong rejection to resorting to violent means as policy or attitude. The question remains open, but it can no longer go unnoticed. There is indeed a long history of oppression, racism, and bitterness towards the Kurdish people in Iran and elsewhere, notably ongoing intensely at this very moment, as ensued since September 2022. But, alas, the struggle for the betterment of life for Kurds as is deserved equally by all, continues. Thank you very much.